I don't really get sick too often, but when I do get sick, it hits me hard.
Oh, dude, I'm the same way.
Like I said, it was...
Have you tried having a better immune system?
Well, he's got a really good one if he doesn't get sick often.
No, my problem is that my immune system's too good, and it's freaking out over nothing.
I propose you take a club to the back of Sin's head and make him take a nap.
I'll be fine. Look, I will deliver... I will have Isari's dialogue spoken entirely through the datapad's notepad function.
Perfect.
You didn't prepare a sick Isari voice?
I mean, he already sounds like he's starting his new ASMR YouTube channel, so we're gonna...
Is it really that bad? Oh god, that is really bad. Let me see if I can do something about that.
Hey guys, I'm here with Synashi.
Oh god! So my grandpa is recovering at home and well, by the way, guys.
That's good.
That's good. That's good.
I got
We were trying to watch yesterday that we laughed so hard we couldn't watch it because we almost died laughing. Is it a YouTube video? Yeah, good talk. Okay.
What?
I messaged you about it, right?
Yeah, you did say. It's good that your grandpa's back.
It took them 4 days alone to decide whether or not they were going to let him go home. So, like, my dad called me Sunday morning last week. Like, yo, we don't know if we're going to make it through the night. So I drove down there to see him just to be told that, hey, you drove 6 hours to get here, but he's got COVID. Sucks to be you.
Yeah. No, I remember when my dad was first hospitalized with his first chemo treatment, and it was like I was hearing news every day, just like, oh, we're gonna release him then. No, we decided to keep him because he's taking a turn. Oh, we'll release him, in a couple days. Oh no, it turns out that he needs to stay for a couple more nights. It was just like...
That's how this week has been for me, and it's been really fucking stupid. But he's at home now. I genuinely thought he was going to make it too. He's 92. He had more than just COVID. He has leukemia and a urinary tract as well. And in general, he's just has trouble supporting himself. Like, he can't walk and stuff. So I genuinely thought it was going to be his time. I still think he might have been, I don't know, he's a stubborn old man, I guess. I think it would have been fine if he went, he's lived his life to its fullest, and 92 is a good age,
Yeah, he's doing what he can.
Yeah.
I get you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so as Rhodok and Oola have already done, you can roll your destiny points now. I've cleared the pool, so we're good on that end.
I apologize, I had forgotten.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Be right back real quick.
Mm-hmm. We are on fire today. Except for Rhodok. Because it's always Rhodok.
All right, now everyone make sure to put your obligations down so we can roll that as well. Yeah, your people. Nope, not yet. It has helped your situation, but not enough to be like, all right, take that obligation off. Not yet.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be the first one to write my obligation this time. There we go.
Did you do it again last time, dude?
Yes.
No, did it hit you again?
Yeah, So
I
Rhodok
wrote it first last time, but
yeah,
he got
Rhodok wrote it first, but it hit Erik last time, which was helpful. This time it hit nobody. Nobody
No,
stressed today. Doesn't that feel great?
My question was though, did he roll it first? Not did he?
Yeah, he
Did it hit
posted,
him last
he
time?
posted first. Yeah,
He posted first. He did not get hit by it.
Wait,
Not-
so we don't feel stressed this day?
Nobody.
Nope.
Everybody has their full strain capacity. Isn't that great?
That's kind of suspicious. I'm feeling stressed.
Rhodok takes one strain. No.
When life be going too well.
Yeah.
When life.
Yeah, so this is why it's good to have obligations. Because even when you aren't the one that's rolled, you still have -1 to your strain capacity because the other person's stressed out, losing them 2 strain capacity. So everyone's stressed out. But here, nobody's stressed. Everyone feels great. Things have been going well. Now let's go back in time a little bit. We're going back in time a little bit because we put a scene in a time box. And that is the interrogation of the captain that you had captured when you took over the rebel captured Imperial facility.
Sin, did you have the questions written down? Because I admit I forgot.
The main thing we have to do is try to talk him out of like information about a compound or something. There
were a list of questions.
It was going to be, but then I got sick.
We had a plan. I was gonna kneecap the guy, dude.
Yeah, well, the Force has decided to put some stress in that plan.
I'm going to scroll through our chat.
So, here's what's I guess while you guys are looking for that, something fun that's happened to me recently. I got emotes for my channel, so I'm gonna post them because I think they look cool. And I can use them because they're mine.
Oh ho ho.
Well, okay, I can't use them in this chat because Sin is an evil person.
Scrolling past, bitching about BDSP.
The only emote you need is sadness and rage.
That's fair. I'll put them in creative in the other chat.
Dude, are you sure you're okay? You really don't sound it.
Everyone is fine.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Are you okay?
No, I'm getting increasingly frustrated with not being able to find it.
I thought this was still hate about BDSP.
That's the sound I make when a cat jumps on my back.
There is a lot of hate about BDSP, okay? Like, I genuinely think they're really shitty games.
Wait, why are we kink shaming here?
No. He means the Pokemon games, dude.
Don't worry.
Although I will admit that did take me a minute.
Yeah, me too. I was like, what the fuck? What are y'all chatting about?
Okay, first, Isari is going to get a list of things from the Imperials that they want to know. And then he'll add on things each party member wants to know, mostly Erik. Then Erik will start the interrogation, getting information on why he's considered a rebel traitor. Then we'll circle back to the Imperial demands. Then we'll go to the nearest cantina, have a pint, and wait for it all to blow over. And then I will kneecap the guy.
Did you really just say pint?
You typed it!
It's pint, you fool.
Yeah.
Not pint.
Me and the boy's gonna go drink
go for a pint.
Don't make me laugh too hard.
Yeah, it's a pint.
What's wrong with having pints, boys? Me and the boy.
Pretty bad cough I just heard. You should wash that down with a pint.
No, I should really not have alcohol. I have other medication in me.
Pint had to be alcohol.
I already went to work yesterday with a cocktail of energy drink and Dayquil.
That's horrible.
That was fun.
Sounds like you hate yourself.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
it
At that
lasted
point,
until 6:30, so I was doing good.
at that point, I would have just said, "Yeah, sorry, I'm Greek today. You can't help me."
Yeah, I called off. And then
For reference, they've been using Greek letters for like COVID variants. They'll be like, "Yeah, sorry, Greek, can't do it."
Yeah, unfortunately, we did both test negative, so that was like a yay, but
Un-
fuck.
Unfortunately, quotation marks. Let's. Oh no, you're safe.
Yeah.
You know, I've had it, and it sucks to have. But if you want it, you can have
No.
it.
No. It's just the fact that it's like, if you at least are positive, the work's a little bit more, okay, stay home. But when you don't have it, but you're sick, they're like, how sick are you really, though?
All right,
Anyone
can
else remember
you
back
pass
in
the
day-
CDC 10-second rule?
Anyone else remember when back in the day, when things weren't COVID, people let you go
I
home?
mean,
And you-
I
They
can't
didn't let
pass-
people go back home then. Now people just know about it.
I can't pass the
Yeah.
COVID thing even without COVID, the CDC test.
Exactly.
So they can fuck
What's
off.
the CDC? Wait, what's the CDC?
So CDC they introduced a fun little new policy where it's like, you know the 5-second rule for food? Well, it's a 10-second rule probably now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. As long as it hasn't been too bad on the floor, pick it up.
It also depends on the type of food.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
If
fine.
a cracker falls on the floor, yeah, you have a few more seconds. If it's something wet, like lunch meat, no, throw that bad boy away.
No. We need that lunch meat to go back to work, so it's okay. You just pick it up.
What does this have to do with COVID?
Was this a
though?
real rule? I thought this was just shit parents
No.
told their kids to
No, Joker is
No,
shit
shit off the
posting,
floor.
guys.
Oh,
I am shitposting in reference to something that's actually happening, which is COVID shortened the 10-day. So the rule 4 was 10 days at home, 10 days at home, 10 days with a mask. CDC was like, you know what? It's fine. 5 days at home, 5 days was the mask.
It's because
Got
they
it,
want-
got it.
5
Okay.
days after your last symptom.
Yeah.
It's because
Depends
they
on what a
want-
symptom is. There's a lot of loopholes now, which is because the CDC wants people to go back to work because haha, government.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
called
Aha.
Go
we need
be-
people to work.
Go Die for the Economy, you fucking peasant.
Pretty much. And this is after the binary fear. Everything is fine. So, getting us into session, as we have now derailed entirely, which is perfect. Great start. I actually need to go get a drink because I can already feel my throat drying up. Give me just a second.
Let's get started. Bye, guys.
Sorry, as I started speaking, I realized that my throat was drying up. I was like, oh god, let me get a drink now before I have to cut myself off in the middle of a sentence.
I think something's wrong with me. Yoo-hoo actually tastes good to me today. And I don't usually like Yoo-hoo.
What the fuck is you?
I just know it
It's
from
the best
from
chocolate
that one...
milk in the world.
It's not even chocolate milk, I don't
I
think.
thought it was a candy bar.
No.
That's what I thought too.
What was that
Strax.
cartoon that had it?
It's not Willy Wonka. That's the
It's
Wonka box.
basically chocolate water.
Oh, it does contain milk. Yeah, son of a bitch. It's more like chocolate water, though. I mean, he is right. It's like
Did
shelf-stable chocolate milk.
Did you want some chocolate water?
It's
That
actually
just
good
sounds
chocolate
awful.
water.
Kinda just hot chocolate.
Yeah, it's called hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is.
Do you know people in Colombia put cheese in hot chocolate?
Technically, there is no liquid milk in Yoo-hoo. Both the original and chocolate and strawberry flavors of Yoo-hoo may taste like chocolate and strawberry milk, but Yoo-hoo must be labeled as a drink, not a flavored milk.
Huh.
Strax,
Yeah.
What?
People in Colombia put cheese in hot chocolate. It's called something con something queso something.
What is
Oh
wrong
my
with
God.
Colombia? What is wrong with Colombia?
Apparently it's good. I've had some weird chocolate combinations. I know chocolate can taste good in really weird scenarios.
That sounds
Ah.
awful.
Like I had like a citrusy, peppery, cheesy chocolate before, and it was one of the best ones I ever had.
What?
Oh yeah, chocolate. What's it called? I think you were talking about the chocolate with the cheese. Real good.
Yeah.
Real
There, we
good.
brought it back around.
That sounds
Space
awful.
Yoo-hoo is a thing.
That
Yeah,
sounds
you.
like I want to vomit.
Apparently,
Oh
Space
boy,
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo
Just
trooper.
to bring it back around, look, it's a trooper dressed like a Yoo-hoo chocolate.
Perfect.
I'm trying. I'm trying,
Okay,
Joker.
so-
I'm trying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, we're back. We're back around now.
Oh
Bless
God,
you.
that was a distant sneeze.
Yeah.
As in, I got covered in the snot.
Oof. So now we are back in the world of Star Wars. Everything is fine. Not too many people are sick, and as it turns out, you are here in the back of a grocery store, which you know to be the secret compartment where this Imperial leader is doing their work from. This is their office in the back of this grocery store, and that's probably fine.
Has anyone
And
taken a second to realize how weird that is? Like they don't even
don't
have
worry
like,
about it.
office. They're just like, we conduct
Well,
business
it's-
in the back of a grocery store, like not even in like an office space in the grocery store. It's like just
To be fair, it is an office. It's just in the back of a grocery store.
Can confirm
probably
there
fine.
are offices in back of grocery stores, along with a whole fucking
Exactly.
warehouse.
Exactly. So there's probably nothing dangerous being stored in this in the back of this grocery store. So that's probably not anything that we'll ever have to concern ourselves with. But you all have recently returned with a captive that you are going to be interrogating here. You have been invited to be part of the interrogation, along with along with the captain and a droid that has been called the Tool, who will be acting in the more physical parts of interrogation if necessary.
Is that why Rhodok
Pretty.
got Is that why Rhodok got me the droid?
That's not the droid I got you.
No, your droid is named Erik.
It's named Erik.
Wasn't it like 3R1K?
ER1K, yeah. I didn't think I put a 3.
Oh, did you? I just know it
Nope.
was Erik.
It was a ER1K. 3R1. Oh, that would have been genius. Ah.
We're still in the past. You can do it. This is before you got. You can have the idea now before
Damn
you
it,
win the
I locked it in.
championship.
Too late. It's too late.
It's too late. Damn. All right. All right. So we are here. This is happening on the ship. Erik, something that you heard over intercoms, but you couldn't interfere with because you had to keep flying the ship because you were in a turbulent area. This is the excuse that we're giving ourselves for why you didn't interfere in this scene. Basically, you heard that essentially it seems like your former captain was captured and it has some sort of mental trauma around it. That's probably fine.
Yeah.
And
And now we've captured him again.
well, yeah, you've captured him again, and he is claiming that you are all Imperial scum. He is saying that he said that you sold him out
He did.
because he saw you got picked up by the Hutts.
Yep. Wait, he saw me get picked up by the Hutts?
Yeah. That's what he says.
I didn't tell him I was working for the Hutts.
I'm telling you what he said he saw.
I don't like him. I don't like him already.
So that's that is currently the information that people have. People saw that he freaked out when people spoke binary at him, even though he was whispering it under his voice as well. And he said that he needs to escape this Imperial facility and get back to the Rebel army. That was his order, and it's probably fine. So you're returning him to the Imperials, and we're here now.
Oh,
Yep.
and we saw C3PZ activate a code?
Yes, that
Yeah.
is correct. That is something I forgot to mention. C3PZ whispered something into the soldier's ear, and he was immediately compliant. Thank you for remembering the code that I said, because I had that written down and it got deleted.
Can we take note of this code?
Yes.
Because I think that'd be useful in the future.
Perhaps. But it's probably nothing to worry about. This is definitely a one-off situation that nobody else will ever encounter.
Oh my god, that's creepy.
I don't like the sound of that.
I wrote
What,
redacted, and it actually redacted.
Ha!
Whoa.
Okay. You ready, Isari? We gotta get some information.
Ha! Didn't work for Sin.
It was between the two, those symbols. Lesser than, greater thans.
Are you gonna be typing?
Yes, he said that he's writing it on his datapad.
Oh, you can type
oh.
anything between those symbols and it won't show.
Yeah. I don't
Intriguing.
know why. Why does that happen? But all right, that we've learned a weird thing today.
I assume it has something to do with JavaScript. And it
Probably.
JavaScript.
Anyways, I meant to say it was redacted, not deleted for the code, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, you're more than allowed to remember that C3PZ whispered activation code Alpha into this soldier's ear, and he was immediately compliant. He didn't speak, but he walked along without worry and went into the interrogation room of his own free will. Bless you again. So we are here in the interrogation room now. Everyone has been invited in. You have been given your payments already. You already have that taken care of. Now you are sitting in front of this rebel soldier. He looks up at all of you and he just sort of he takes it in for a moment. It's almost like he is trying to figure out where the hell he is. It's like this is not the same interrogation room. Why am I here? Why have you taken me here? Erik, traitor, why are you here? Has he recognizes that Erik is in the room now?
I'm here to get information.
I knew you were working with the Hutts. I didn't realize you were also working with the Imperials. When I get back, I'm going to report this to him. If my name isn't Captain, he's like, he just shuts up for a moment. He's like, he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey. There's one problem with your plan, Mr. Captain. The keyword in your sentence is if you return.
Sorry, why do you sound suddenly super sexy?
Does he know Isari's name?
No, that was me fucking with you. It's like,
That'd be so weird.
no, he does not. Sorry, his name was said, but he wouldn't remember it because
The
of what happened.
prisoner looks down at the Jawa interrogator. Why are you so sexy? By name.
Didn't expect this turn.
Hey, he looks down at the Jawa and it's like, you You're the one.
You're the one that frisked me, right?
No.
Yeah, he took off all his clothes.
You're the one. More so, you're. I've heard your voice before. How do I know your voice?
You see, I suffocated and killed your entire crew aboard that station you took over.
No, I haven't gotten back to the rebels yet. I haven't escaped yet. This can't be happening.
It is.
Oh,
Is he just like he's trying to process this information? Is like then the Imperial officer starts speaking. It's like, we understand that you have gone through a lot of stress in these last few days, Admiral Talo, but you need to you need to cooperate. If you wish to survive, you need all the help you can get right now. You've already been demoted by the rebels, even after escaping. Not want to see what happens again. No, sorry, I said the wrong name, but I just ran through it. He's
The
like
hell?
he's like a private. He's a private right now. Because he got demoted from captain. If you remember.
he did. Wouldn't it be corporal?
Probably.
Because it was
don't
Captain
worry
Kirk
about
and
it.
then Admiral Kirk, so yeah, it would be the other way.
Yeah, Admiral. Don't. It's fine. It's corporal. I said corporal the whole time. We all heard corporal the first time. It's fine.
Got it.
And he responds like, I will escape you, Imperial scum. You have no right to keep me here. You have no right to keep experimenting on me. I will get out of here. I will escape. I'll return to the rebel army.
Will is a little hopeful for you. Is he shirtless?
Yeah, he's
off all
shirtless.
his clothes.
Okay, I'm gonna order the robot to clamp on his nipples.
Ow!
God.
Right to that. Ow!
T0-01 will move over, and you see that his hands switch out to what seem to be oddly specific sized clamps. He is designed for this.
You ever
There's a
hear
weapon
of
attachment idea.
What happened?
Hey, you ever hear of a purple nurple?
Ooh,
He
the Mr.
start-
Robot. No.
He starts doing the twist.
Oh, no.
Gently, gently.
Turns down speed
Oh
to
my
10%.
god, I'm just remembering that one scene from Rick and Morty right now.
That might be where he's getting this from.
No, I really hope not. The one where the one monster was being, hurt by Morty, and it was okay. Yep, somebody else remembered this scene now.
Oh no! I hope
It turned out it
doesn't
was
go
pleasuring him instead.
that- I hope it doesn't go that direction.
Yeah,
Corporal, you don't want
T0-
prosthetic nipples, do you?
Do you actually ask him that?
Yes.
Why is my Firefly?
Yes!
I want to escape this facility.
And be
I'm
calm
going
and
to
be
escape this
honest. Each lie you give us, that's one more prosthetic limb. Yes, I'm counting nipples as limbs here.
I understand that.
See my prosthetic nipple.
I understand that you're an alien, but not quite how that works.
It will be for you. It will be for you.
Oh, that's awful. But yeah, the corporal speaks up. It's like, I've already told you everything I know. You've already done this to me multiple times. There's nothing more for me to tell you. I just need to escape this Imperial facility and go back to the rebel forces.
How did those credits get into my account? You wouldn't have had anything to do with that, would you have? Perhaps framing me?
Why would I do that to you? You're the one that got the Hutts on us and got me captured by Imperials. You're the one that got everyone else killed.
I don't think everyone else is dead.
You're the one that got everyone killed.
You're the one that guy everyone killed.
You're the one that got everyone killed. You're the one that got you're the one that got us captured. You're the one that got me captured. You're the reason that I'm here now.
Now
Working with the Hutts.
Now you're mixing your stories. In fact, if I recall, before we went back to capture you, you went back to the Alliance.
Yeah, he did.
You're the reason I got captured by the Imperials.
Can I turn to the office of the Imperial officer in the room and whisper to them, do you know anything about the activation code?
She thinks for a moment and she says... She sighs as she thinks about this, is like... C3PZ was assigned to me by a higher up. Anything that he knows, I do not. I mean, why do you need a lead pipe, Erik? Let's start with that.
Is there a lead pipe?
Roll me dumb luck against 3 purple.
I mean, surely there are a bunch of torture.
Roll me
So blunt. I'm
dumb luck.
I am.
Versus 3 purple.
I am. Don't worry. Boop.
Specifically lead? Hey!
There is, in fact, a lead pipe, but it is stuck in the wall because it is being used to transfer things from one place to another.
Hopefully not water.
Okay. Is there an
Could be. Oh, no. No, there's not. Why would there be a lead pipe in an interrogation
Beat the
room? Or in an
prisoner
office?
with?
That's what tool's for.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, is there a tool to beat him with?
Look, let's not beat him. Let's not beat him.
Do you ask? It's like, do you ask the?
You're telling me there's not like a table of like tools out to?
No, that's what tool is for.
Yeah, there is a robot that does this. That is
I will ask
tool.
the robot for a baton.
Okay, the robot extends another arm that is a baton arm.
Okay, crack it over his knee.
Listen,
is this like shooting your dad again?
Yeah,
Alright.
is.
If he has to crawl out, he's not gonna make it out. To be fair.
I mean, it's like Tool looks at the Imperial officer, and the Imperial officer sort of shrugs and is like, "All right, bam!" Hits the sitting rebel corporal in the knee. It looks like the rebel corporal shudders from this. Is like, "I won't give in to your interrogation methods. I'll make sure that everyone knows that Erik is a monster.
I want you to tell the truth."
I'm telling you the truth. He spits out blood on the ground.
Why is he spitting out blood from me hitting him in the...
Because he has a lot of internal damage, even if he has been healed.
Because
that's not how lungs work.
Because anime tropes. Now.
Because anime tropes. Shut up. He's getting his nipples twisted. There's blood in him.
How do you cough up blood from your nipples being twisted?
I've watched 7 seasons of House. That's accurate, damn it.
Fusion, you're worrying about a small detail that has no significance.
You don't find it the tad bit ironic that I find myself framed by the only other, and finding out by the only other survivor from that? If anything, I'd be like...
You captured me and handed me to the Imperials right now. There's nothing more incriminating than that. If you're innocent, why am I here?
Hold on.
If I'm innocent, why was I framed?
Hold on. Did he directly hand you over to the Imperials?
He is one of the... Like, You all are the ones that hand me over to the Imperials right now.
Yes, but that
You
was
were right
directly.
there.
What about
Yes.
beforehand? Before you rejoined the rebels?
He's the one that called the Hutts that got us all captured and killed.
How do you know?
Because he was picked up by the Hutts. They let him on his ship.
That doesn't
He
mean
let him on,
that doesn't mean he called him.
but he wasn't being restrained. He was being offered a ride.
I crash landed on a planet.
You don't need to lie to me, Erik. He says almost as if that was a trained line into him. Sort of like a robotic response almost.
I'm not lying.
You don't need to lie to me, Erik.
Again, I'm not lying. In fact, I'm...
Metal Gear?
What?
He started going into like a solid Snake voice. It's like Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
But yeah, point being is that you seem to be not getting anything out of him by doing this. He is very much being non-responsive and giving responses as if they're on like a pool of a script almost.
I propose we wire his brain. No.
Activation code alpha.
He moves still. He stops. He stops. He sits rigid.
Now, how about you tell us exactly what you saw?
Me and the team got stranded. When we tried to call for help, the only people that came were the Hutts. They killed everyone but took Erik. The only reason I got away is that I was hiding. The Imperials came after and took the dead bodies and myself. I escaped the Imperial facility, went back to the rebels. They demoted me because it's been a long time, they said, even though I swore it was only a day. So I went out on a dangerous mission to try and regain trust, and now I'm here. I need to escape and return to the rebel army.
Okay, well... And the Imperials in this first capture held you in a compound?
I escaped from the compound.
What was the compound like?
I escaped from the compound.
Oh, okay, yeah, but what was it like? Can you please describe the interior facility?
I escaped from the compound.
Was the activation code in binary?
No.
Activation code beta.
Oh no.
He stands up, which is rough because he's been cracked on the knee and Tool is still clamped to his nipples, and he
Oh, God.
roughly grabs Tool and is trying to rip Tool off of him.
Okay.
Are you stopping him?
Yeah, Isari's gonna shoot him in the back.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Hey,
Not gonna. Okay.
On stun, right? Are you actually shooting him, or are you
Stun?
Of course I'm stunned.
don't
Yeah,
say of course I'm stunned. You are the one that's like a murder hobo around here.
He is shot with stun, and he falls back into his chair.
Why didn't we strap him into the chair?
Because he was being compliant.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Rhodok, make sure those straps are nice and tight.
Tool,
We're gonna have to go through the whole alphabet now.
Tool extends their multiple arms and straps them in nice and tight.
God damn it.
Okay, so
I mean,
Activation
then the
code on
session
the
just
turn.
ends.
Yeah, it's a typo. I didn't mean to typo.
Perfect.
I will hack the Terran.
Sorry, what are you trying to do?
Oola asked me to hack the Terran.
No. I asked you about if you could hack the computer for the security cam of the HUD ship so that you could show him photographic evidence of, Erik going onto the ship, but not, necessarily, like, giving him proof that what he believes and what actually happened might be two different things. And then when I
That would
posted
Why are we
that,
trying to
that's when you
convince
started to do the whole alpha code. And that's when I'm like, okay, well, fuck whatever I said. Hack the Earthling. Okay, whatever.
Okay, wait, why do we need to try to?
Because whatever is in his head right now is been programmed into his head, has been injected in his head, and I'm trying to like snap him out of that completely so that he doesn't have that like it's not a chip. We checked last time. It's not a chip in its head or anything. It's just like some sort of there is no, war in Bossing Say.
Guys, when did Oola get smart?
Approximately session 1.
I don't know. There was a while we had her.
Okay, fine.
Mojo is
So-
lost by bad dice rolls.
Fine. Oola speaks up, looks him in the eyes, and goes, "Where are my Vaderos?"
Oh,
Happier?
No. I was just being playful.
Vaderos are a nutritional treat for every boy and girl to eat.
You said they were a
Yes.
brainwashing tool.
Vaderos are
Vaderos
Oh.
are a great treat for good boys and girls to eat.
oh shit, he did say that.
You know what? I'm gonna speak to him in binary. I'm gonna say
01000101.
no.
That's binary.
I am going to say Erik did not get captured by the Huts in space.
He responds in binary. Erik betrayed me.
No.
Yes.
Damn it.
I can play this game too.
This is how much binary that would be, by the way.
Perfect.
Yep. Did you get a translator for that?
Yeah. That's just the first sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm officially out of ideas.
Like I said, we should just go through the whole alphabet, see how many codes there are.
Okay, sure.
I'm down for it.
Who wants C?
Activation code.
Hotel.
Trivago.
wrong
Gamma?
dictionary.
Is
Thank
it
you.
Gamma?
That is one of them, yes.
Charlie.
Not Foxtrot.
Bravo, Charlie.
Incorrect.
I thought we were doing the Greek letters, but okay. I
Correct.
guess we'll do the
No, I said
military.
Yeah, no. It is.
I just wanted to see if anyone would.
You say yes.
You guys
I
did.
could have sworn Gamma was the third one, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Gamma is one of them. I forget if it's the third one or
It
not.
would be the C. Alpha, beta,
Yeah,
gamma,
point.
delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, z.
I've never
Ah,
watched Get
Gamma
Into the
is
Greek, so I
third.
don't know any of this.
Yes.
I just said it was.
Yeah, but everybody
Point.
was questioning it, so
No,
I
I
didn't
said
know.
no. I said I don't remember because I don't
Yeah.
practice the Greek alphabet. I believed you immediately when you said it.
Rose, tau, epsilon,
Pi.
mu.
You
Oh my
said-
god.
you said
Okay, activation code pi. You'll probably just spin in a circle.
You say activation code gamma, and he continues on his spiel and it says, "Vaderos are a great treat for good boys and girls to eat. Would you like
Okay,
tomato roast?
activation code Delta.
Oh, we're skipping Charlie?
There is no
Diff-
choice.
I'll show you how to fucking skip Charlie.
Erik, was that one of your
Delta-
unit members in the Rebels?
Delta is said, and he nods, and then he bites something in his mouth, and his mouth starts foaming.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Shouldn't that be Omega?
What's
Did he just become Rabbit?
what's the medicine check
That's
to
called
heal
a
him?
poison.
Make a medicine check against 3 red.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Okay, well that's not gonna be.
Can I use my dumb
Nope.
luck to find something that will
No,
cancel it out? Okay.
no. So yeah, you go over as soon as his mouth starts foaming, and as soon as you have not seen something this powerful in such a small package. When you've seen something like this before, it was because it was wiping out groups of people by being inhaled. So seeing it in this kind of form, it was just like, well, this person's dead. Like, it's like when you saw this type of stuff in Tatooine, it was just like you're not even sure what this is, but you've seen stuff similar. When you see it in Tatooine, it's like you take that cow out behind the barn now to make sure that it doesn't poison anyone else, right? Like this shit's bad.
Yeah, well, shit, he's dead.
Hey, I'm helping.
Okay, next code.
Okay.
next
code.
I don't think any codes will work anymore. But then again, I don't know that humanoid anatomy too well.
Yeah, so
As
after
I've proven
that
before.
happens, the Imperial officer is like, well, I guess that gives me an easy way to alright.
Should have had a medical droid in here.
To a what?
Normally don't need medical droids for interrogation. Normally people just let Tool handle the interrogating.
Tool, you should go to medical school. I'm sorry.
Tool puts on a medicine hat and says, I can make sure that anything that ails you is removed from your body quite well.
Aw, good Tool.
Is Tool just our I think we
No.
need Tool to come with us.
No. He's not coming with you. He is kept in this room for this purpose. As he very matter of factly notes, the interrogation target is removed, and he unclamps their nipples and walks back into the wall.
Oh, he died with his nipples clamped.
Can you imagine explaining that to God?
That's a violation of so many things.
So yeah, now that this time box scene is over, we are fast forwarding back to the future. To very quickly explain what happened in this time to Erik. Basically, what had happened was because you successfully completed this mission, where the Imperial officer was able to make the problems with the Imperials potentially finding you go away, because the blame can be shifted onto these people, especially now that there is a person that was being interrogated that killed themselves in the process. So that is a super easy way to just shove that under a rug. And then you guys went to a cantina where you met God, the fuck was his name? It was
Harry Mudd.
Yeah,
Yep.
Harry Mudd. Harry Mudd, the information extraordinaire. He offered you all a job to do some work for old Harry Mudd, the most trustworthy person ever.
Okay.
Wouldn't worry about that one. You guys talked about heading to Tatooine because Isari wants to see his family. And afterwards, you went to
So we
a
actually
place to go eat. Sorry?
we actually did go to Tatooine.
Not yet.
Okay.
You have not left the planet yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, went to a medieval times arena where Rhodok decided that they wanted to pay for everyone's food, so they competed in the arena, and because Isari helped him out by giving him fists of steel, quite literally.
Quite literally.
Isari was able to beat up everyone that was in his way, and he is now the champion. He is now the Balthasar World Champion.
Interesting.
I definitely don't have a target painted on my back for that.
Yeah, something he hasn't earned yet is that it's an open challenge title, and that's probably fine.
And I'm especially not more of a target with my incredibly expensive items that I bought with that prize money.
Yeah,
You bought.
definitely.
You bought me. What did you buy everybody else? I missed.
Grappling hook?
Yep, Oola got a grappling hook that is attached to her gun on the underbarrel. Sin got a coat that kind of hides him from scanners, along with a lift to help with ship repairs. You got the droid, and I bought myself a suit of armor and some micro rockets.
Nice.
Yeah. So
To Tatooine, I guess.
So it's it's nearing the night. You all have finished your business as on Balthazar as much as you can. Is there anything else you want to do on Balthazar before you leave the planet?
Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah. Nothing comes to mind.
Did we pass Commander Arbok on the way back out of the interrogation room, or was she already gone?
Oh, she's there if you wanted to talk to her more.
You
Yeah.
want to go talk to mommy?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so if you want to
to
talk to her more before you leave the planet, that's absolutely something you can do.
Yeah, like
I'm just making sure because the interrogation went, so smoothly that is it a good idea for me to talk to Mom or no?
She's your mom.
I know, but I mean I'm
You
traveling
guys
with such lovely
did
compatriots here.
you guys did what you promised to do, and she didn't seem upset about the interrogation results. She was just like, well, alright, that happened.
Alrighty.
She just had to change paperwork that she wrote,
Wait,
basically.
did she get our ship scrubbed like she said she was going to?
Actually, Isari got the ship scrubbed on the way there back from... He got the ship scrubbed during the beginning of the last session.
Oh, nice. I'm going to give him a high five.
Oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll
It's more
talk
like
to
a low 5, because he knows
Nice.
Jawa.
Yeah.
Refraining from making that joke.
Okay, well...
Yeah, it was Sin's already down in his
back.
knees. Might as well
Eric's
keep
giving you
kicking
a
him.
low 5 for scrubbing the ship.
You still alive?
He just stepped away from the mic for a minute. But now he's back. But yeah, let's go ahead and I'll talk to Commander Arbok before we head out.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you finished eating your meal. You go meet Commander Arbok back in the office. She looks at you. Is like, Oola, welcome back.
Yeah, I just wanted to say
pleasure.
bye before I, go and help my other friends find their family too.
Okay, where are you going?
I forget what they said. It's one of the sandy ones.
We're going to Dantooine.
Dantooine, that's what it is.
We're just going to a destroyed planet.
Yes, we are. We're going to the destroyed planet.
You don't know that yet, do we?
Yeah, no, you don't know that yet. You know that there's a hit TV show that stars on the planet that's still going on right now, so everything's totally fine, right, guys?
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, nothing could be totally wrong there.
Yeah, Asari's family is fine. There's nothing to worry about. They're definitely not Jawas floating in space.
But yeah, so it's probably going to be hard because I don't know where we're going either. So is there like a credit card that I can have that I can just like show to different grocery stores of whatever brand name this grocery store was, Space Walmart. I don't know what store we went into.
Fantasy
And-
Costco, the only place where you. No, is that reference just for me? It probably
No,
is.
I didn't hear you.
I said Fantasy Costco. Is that reference just for me? I think it's just for me.
But anyway, so I can show
Adventure
like
Zone? No?
maybe like a
Okay.
coupon
I'm
book.
lost.
Okay, don't worry
I'm
about
so
it.
sorry, Joker.
No, it's fine.
I think
It's
I
a-
get it, but I can't. I'm not gonna give you a yes.
It's a mildly okay D&D podcast, so don't worry about it.
Like I said, I think I get it, but I wasn't gonna give you a.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
So we're going with this place is called Fantasy Costco.
No, it is El Generico, the store. I don't have a name. It's
El
fine.
It's
Generico.
Vadermart, guys.
It-
Gotta get
Point
that
being is that when you say that, she thinks for a moment. It's like, okay, here, I'll give you
A book that just says, present this and you get
Yep,
so many Vaderos every time you stop by a store.
No, of course. Your supply that actually is already taken care of. All you need to do is there's a button on the crate that had the Vaderos on it. If you click on that, it'll check if it's empty, and if it is, then a new box will be delivered wherever you are.
Oh, nice.
So wait, they're GPS tracking our ship is with that
It's
button.
probably fine.
Yep,
Only
totally
Oola
fine.
knows this.
Now,
Yeah.
is there a button on the box though that when there's like a special limited edition flavor one, like those ones that come out in like the fall season, whatever the fall season is in the
Of
Star
course,
Wars
of course.
universe,
The
that pumpkin spice one for the basic.
Yes, of course, absolutely,
Because I definitely would want those two.
absolutely.
For that.
It'll update. It'll make sure that half of your Vaderos are the special editions if there are any.
Sweet. Okay. Well. Okay. So. Well, I mean, what do I do now? Do I hug you now, or do I like? I mean,
You
It's
say,
been a while
"Do I
since
hug
we've seen
you?"
each
And
other.
she gets up and she just she gives you a hug. It's like, "Stay safe."
Yay. Okay. So, yeah, you already told me that Daddy's gone. Like, there's nowhere to like really find him. So,
Yeah, he's.
is there any family left that we know of, or is it just like you and me, or?
just you and me, as far as I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to keep in touch when I can, but I gotta help my friends now. So,
Okay.
I love you, I guess. I think that
Stay
was a
safe,
thing.
Oola.
I think that was something that some of the guys said to me every once in a while. So yeah, love you. Bye.
Stay safe, Oola.
And yeah, she'll rejoin the group. I told you, I'm trying to play her as like she has some smarts, but not like.
No, totally. I understand entirely what you're going for. It's fine.
Hey,
Also,
Oola.
Also, to be fair, Fusion, on the being GPS track thing, what else did you expect when you let people send a bunch of droids onto your ship?
I only remember CP3Z coming.
You got those boxes loaded onto your ship by droids for your Vadero supply.
I didn't know that they were loaded on by droids. To be fair.
Of course,
Oh,
they're loaded
there you
on by
go.
droids. They're always loaded by droids. Everything
Okay,
is droids.
anyway.
Yes, continue.
Hey, Oola.
Yeah?
Come to the cockpit.
Oh no, are you actually gonna let me drive now?
No, you're not going to touch a button unless I tell you to. But I'm going to start teaching you how to fly since you've shown an interest in it.
He's going to give you the unplugged controller.
I know this is fake now.
I didn't actually offer it though. I'm actually going to offer to teach her how.
Okay.
Because no, I'm still the pilot, okay? But should I ever be incapacitated, do you not think it would be a good idea to have someone trained who can get us out?
Well, Isari did a good job driving too.
When? When was that?
Well, wasn't he your partner when I wasn't in the cockpit?
That was
Yeah,
astrogation,
he's
not piloting.
Oh, you want me to actually try to drive?
You wanted to learn how to drive, did you not?
Well, I thought I was doing a good job until I found out that the thing I was using wasn't connected to anything, but yeah, if you're willing to teach me, I'm willing to learn.
Wait, let me put the student driver sign on top of the ship.
Yeah, the Hutt's only taught her how to drive clutch.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Actually, no, I was taught at least speeder bikes, but I wasn't taught anything bigger than a speeder bike, really.
Alright. So I'm gonna roll. We're leaving planetary into deep space. Should I roll planetary or just space since we're leaving the planet?
You're leaving the planet. It's space. Spacefarer travel is space.
Okay, because we still have to go through the atmosphere, so I wanted to make sure.
Piloting planetary is for like speeder bikes.
Okay.
If you're piloting if you were doing a ship chase in atmosphere, then it would be planetary. But you're leaving into space, and the majority of flying will be in space, so it's better to just
Okay.
have it like this.
Do I need to roll against anything?
You roll against 2 purple to take off safely. Perfect. You're able to take off without a hitch. You're not given any resistance leaving the port.
And for that other success, could I say that we enter through some clear space to start teaching Oola? Like,
okay, so teaching skills in this game doesn't work that way. Basically, by setting this scene up, all that does is it gives if Oola wishes to spend their experience points on piloting skills, now there is a narrative reason why that happens, but you cannot.
well, yeah, she's got a narrative
you-
reason too, but I'm not.
Sure, you can in flavor say that. Sure, we can say that you have found those advantages can be spent to say that you have a pretty clear flight. We need an astrogation check though to get you to Tatooine. If someone would like to make that.
Sorry.
Difficulty 2 purple.
Wow.
Sorry. There seems to be some weird glitch with your system. When you try to pull up where it is on the maps, you cannot find Tatooine on the star maps.
I rolled flush on it too.
Yeah. There's some weird glitch with your system.
Gonna try this.
Yeah,
again.
you can try that again. It's gonna be a 1 purple this time as your system seems to refresh. Perfect.
Okay.
You're able to find it, and it's like, okay, there it is. It's weird that's like, all right, you are able to find. It's like, okay, here we go. You're able to set the course.
Thank you, Isari.
Yeah, it's a very quiet path and arrival. You have about 9 days before you will arrive at Tatooine.
So we've got time to play chess and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything that you guys would like to do on the ship while you have this time?
After 7 days of transits, of constant banging noises coming from Isari's room, he goes up to Rhodok and hands him a pair of, guitars.
Oh, what's this, Isari?
We've
never had this chat.
I call them the Vanguard. I notice how
Really?
you like to charge in, and sometimes that's really difficult to do when people are firing blasters.
I have had that problem in the past.
So I made these fists for you that'll help deflect blaster bolts and shit. So you can
People
get there
do
safely.
throw shit at me often.
So there you go.
Thanks, Isari.
You're welcome.
You enjoying your coat?
As he is covered in the coat. No.
No.
I'll find a heavier one next time.
You fucker.
Did you remember to tailor it to his size?
Do you think that you could
That's
mod my guns?
What was that, Fusion?
Do you think you could mod my pistols if I gave them to you for?
Isari could, yeah, I could, but I'd be worse at it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Sorry.
Just what are you trying to
Yeah, in
modify?
theory, if you get the modification parts, you could absolutely do so.
I'd like the magnetic grip on it so I can tether it.
All right. Well, next time we're in the market, I will just you buy it, and then I'll fix it up for you.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, and they were described as guitars, but sort of what I had in mind to keep it sort of like in the Star Wars. Basically, what you get is that you get like sort of like little like glove shields. Basically, like when you hold them up, they do like the little blast shields that you see.
Oh yeah.
So you're turning him into a droidica.
A little bit.
Yeah, sure.
He's,
And
he's a flesh droidica.
all you'll have to do, Rhodok, and with that, if you ever get hit by a ranged attack, just remind me that you have that deflection rating, and basically what that does is that's going to decrease the range damage you take.
Oh, it decreases the damage?
No,
Yeah.
it adds 2 black dice to their attack roll.
Okay, sorry. When I looked up deflection, it said that it just decreased the damage like a defense.
I'll double check while stuff goes on.
Yeah. If because it's different from deflect, but all right. You know what, we'll go with what you said. Just so if you get hit, if you're going to be attacked by a ranged attack, it'll get 2 black dice.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
notice
it
that
just
for my
increases range defense equal to the deflection rating. I checked.
Okay. So yeah, black dice. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, anything else we wish to do before you arrive at Tatooine?
Just while we have the time and when Oola is willing to learn, I'd like to take the time to teach her.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That happens. You're able to teach her the basics of flying, able to make sure that if she was handed a controller that was actually plugged in, she wouldn't be the worst at it.
Yeah, he's showing me the Prindle. Okay, apparently that's an only for me thing. Got it.
That happens.
Most today.
God damn it. Does nobody watch Disney around here?
I watch
Not
Disney.
often.
I watch Pixar more.
I try not to give in to the evil mouse empire.
It was a meme.
We don't talk about Bruno? Question mark?
No.
I just got that out of my head. Too damn catchy.
We don't talk about Bruno, no.
I want to be able to sing every part, and I just can't.
And then they start breaking out into rap.
Don't worry about it.
You know, it's a good thing I never saw that movie.
You never saw it?
No, she had it playing on in the background one day, but I had headphones on, so it was okay.
To be fair, not a bad movie. Most interesting part about that movie is seeing how different generations react to it, because there's people that don't get it at all. It's like, how do you not get it? All right, you're privileged. Oh wait, you didn't have to deal with stress ever. Wow, what a con. All right. Speaking of not having to deal with stress, huh?
During these 8 days, I had something. I can't find the name of him. Oh, my rival bounty hunter. You said on one of the earlier sessions a bunch of Trimo's men went missing, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming my rival, who I have named Igor, was one of them.
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
try and contact him on a comm link? Just
All
like
right,
a blip.
Yeah. So you want to send a blip to this comm link and see what happens?
Yeah.
All right. So you send out a blip, and it takes 3 days, but you get a blip back.
And do I see the location it comes from?
It comes from an encrypted location.
I'll have to bug Isari about this when he's not busy making stuff. That's it.
After your
Yeah,
gloves, Isari is free to do anything.
You just said you were gonna do my pistol.
When you
That-
have the
You have
attachment.
to get the items
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Kind of hard to do in the middle of a ship. Although if I press this button, are any of the equipment pieces you need in the Vaderos? Okay.
Roll for no.
Oh, that was last session though, and Erik wasn't here for that. I got the full form of Vader.
Yeah,
that was
you do.
before that.
You do
Oh, that was
have.
before. Damn, I'm.
You do have a full Vader statue. That is correct.
Yeah.
You ever think he's compensating for something? Referring to the Vader statue.
Don't worry, I see in the future his grandson's gonna have an even bigger one. I mean, what?
When they said force sensitive, they didn't mean that he was sensitive about that.
Anyways, Isari, you're handed the comm link with the encrypted location.
What's this?
So,
So yeah, when you,
I kind of need you to decode this.
Okay. What do you need me to code exactly?
This blip to see where it came from, if you can trace it back.
What's it?
Sort of a friend, kind of a friend, not really, but I'm just wondering where he went after Trimo's men disappeared.
What's the difficulty?
the difficulty will be 2 red.
The voice in my head says 2 red.
I will spend a light side point.
They talk to you. They understand. Okay.
And obviously computers.
Whew.
All right. It takes a good amount of time because there's a few layers of encryption here. You have to bypass some, make sure that others don't track you afterwards. Still, like, you take due diligence on this one. That advantage is that you're able to basically you're able to cut the thing that would be sending a signal back that says, "Hey, they unencrypted your thing." So you're able to take out the defense with that advantage, and
Hoth
of
VPN.
course,
Yeah.
Yep. Hoth VPN.
of course.
Man, how do you get service all the way up here for that?
If you use Hoth VPN when going through checkout, it'll make sure to run all coupons it can find through it.
Honey.
Yeah, that is honey. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the past future. Shit's combined now.
Exactly.
I got it.
It's like that. It's like the South Park special. It's the Denny's Applebee's Ultra or whatever it was called.
Ultra Plus. Yeah.
There you
Everything
go.
is just plus.
Disney Plus. I mean, what?
Microsoft bought Actor Bliss King. What?
Activision Microsoft Plus.
I mean that happened.
Yes, I know.
Bobby Kotick's days are numbered.
Oh, God.
So yeah, you're able to hack through this comm link, and it seems like this blip is coming from a ship in the middle of the Kessel Run.
Hmm.
Are you rivals with Han Solo?
I hope
No,
not.
he-
That's
no,
not what I
he-
signed up for.
No, he's rivals with Igor Duo.
Who's an alias for Han Solo?
No.
Man, Han spells his name fucking weird.
We're-
That's an alias.
We're staying away from the main plot.
and yet it's doing the Kessel Run.
The Kessel Run was in the past before the main plot happened. It was when he ran it.
Solo got his own movie all about the Kessel.
That movie was garbage. We don't talk about it.
I don't deny that.
I mean, 90% of Disney Star Wars is garbage.
The
The
10%.
Mandalorian was okay.
Mandalorian.
I
The
like
Mandalorian was bitchin'.
Yeah, the
It only
Mandalorian,
had
like,
2 seasons.
yeah. Apparently, Book of Boba Fett was okay. Haven't started watching that one yet.
I like the Rogue One.
Oh, Rogue One's the best Star Wars movie that's come out in a million years.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
damn right.
It's just the best. It shows you how you can care about people that you know are gonna die at the end of the movie.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Bless
Much
you.
like this situation, where we know that all these
Bless you again.
characters will die in the end. Probably. Likely, considering the Star Wars universe. So yeah. After that happened, yeah, so you now know that your rival is in the middle of the Kessel Run.
What do I know about the Kessel Run?
So what you know about the Kessel Run and the general information, that is, it is a drug smuggling route.
Okay.
The important part about this is that it is an asteroid belt, making it incredibly dangerous and, as such, a very effective drug smuggling route. Because, as it turns out, most people don't want to go into that from Kessel Run, especially if you don't know the correct way to go through it.
As a trained pilot, would I know about the Kessel Run or the Yeah, not that I.
No, you have not been. You have met. You are a rebel. You are a rebel.
Yeah, not that I've been trained to do it, but would I know of it?
Oh yeah, you've probably heard of it a bunch of times.
Yeah,
like you worked in the rebel. Like, again, like this is after Tatooine. Like Han Solo. You know of the Kessel Run. You've probably even heard the run. It's like, holy shit, that one guy did it in a super short time. Now he's the hot shot, even though he can't pay back his debt to the Hutts.
What was his name?
You don't remember. It's probably not important.
Sean
Connery?
God damn it.
Simon Pegg?
Really? Yeah, we don't need to hear about how you enjoy your nights.
Sean Duet?
Point being that you know of the Kessel Run, you know that it's a super dangerous route. You've probably been sent to scope out the entrance once or twice to try and catch people in the act of doing bad things. But you've probably been there where no.
I'd be damned if I went in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you probably flew your X-wing close, and then the commanding officer is like, you get back here right now or you are going to die.
Yeah.
You will die if you go into the Kessel Run. It's just not, there's no arguments about it on that one.
No one's arguing.
Yeah, it's not that bad. You can run it in 12 parsecs. Which is a measure of distance, and yes, that's the point.
Okay, so out of character, so is it like a super fast, high-speed highway, or...
It's a super dangerous asteroid belt that, if you know when things line up, you can take a specific path through.
Imagine
that is the smuggling route.
Imagine having to drive around the galaxy when you could drive through the way more dangerous route straight through the galaxy.
Okay, I got it. We have to jump onto the jellyfish.
Yes. That being a measure of distance is in fact the point, which is kind of funny. People is like, that's not time, that's distance. Like, yes, Han got to take pretty much a straight shot through the Kessel Run versus most people who have to take a bunch of turns.
Well, that too, and once you go far enough, time becomes measured in distance.
Don't worry about it.
I took astronomy, and God,
don't worry about it.
Annoying. Light years are the
Yes,
worst.
I got the Finding Nemo ref.
Yes.
We gotta jump on the jellyfish. We've gotta it sounds like Rhodok might be touching the butt. Not sure.
Sounds like a Rhodok thing.
All right.
So yeah, Rhodok, you
got
have this
your-
information that
Oh god,
that
that's an
your
image I did
rival-
not need.
Rhodok, you got your parachute. We'll eject you fly by the castle.
Well, no, the long nose is great for it.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's the image I'm getting.
Give
Yes.
him an elephant trunk slap.
Sounds
Bam.
like a scene from Jackass.
Oh
Did you
no,
see
it's
that they're
more like
making
how he was
another
eating
one?
his pie at the party with the ants in it. But no, moving on.
Anyways,
I did
Isari,
see-
there's a new plan to add to our catalog.
I did see that they're making a new Jackass, even though
Yeah, they're
Johnny
making a
Knoxville's
new-
like 60 years old.
He's
gonna
not
be in
60.
the
He's like
Royal
40.
Rumble.
Hell, he's 50? Or 40? There's no way. He's got to be like 50.
No, I think he's like 53.
Hang on.
He's 30
50
years past the
exactly.
age he should have died. That's all I know.
I mean,
You
yes,
guys
he
know-
should.
Saget died.
Yes.
What?
Bob Saget and Meatloaf died recently.
Yes.
Yep.
And a recipe a day site had to send out an apology because they sent out a recipe for steamed meatloaf on the day that Meatloaf died.
That is
Oh,
terribly
no.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it was like,
Louis Anderson too.
shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All our celebrities are dying.
My childhood, it's dying. Oh wait, already died.
I just realized my parents made meatloaf recently.
I had meatloaf for dinner on that day before knowing the news. I was like, oh shit.
It's all connected.
We all just ate a little
Forget
bit
the
of-
five.
We were
Forget the coronavirus causing 5G or the other way around. This is the real conspiracy theory.
Contagious
the
meatloaf.
COVID vaccine was the joke was if you get injected with the vaccine, you'll get access to 5G internet.
Shoot me up. I would
Exactly,
love that high-speed
right?
internet
That-
access.
Like people
God damn
like
it.
if you'll get the Wi-Fi injected into you, it's like sign me up.
Give me 10 vaccines, 50G.
Yes. Ah, do it
Oh,
now.
that'd be a lot because G could mean grams.
Do it now.
50 grams of Wi-Fi. I want it.
Multivitamin Wi-Fi
Anyways.
gummies.
Perfect. Anywho, Tulu. Is there anything else we want to take care of before you get into range where you should be seeing Tatooine?
Not
I'm
high.
No.
What?
What? No, I was just saying we were sitting there all silently, so
I heard Rhodok say sorry.
I said not high.
Oh, not high. Okay, yeah, not high
not
either.
high. Yeah, sounds like a no.
Natai is actually a pretty good place to order food from. Maybe I'll do that later. We exist in a universe where jizz music is a thing, so you know what? Anything's on the table.
What?
At this point.
When was
Yeah,
this?
Star-
stuff?
Yeah,
Star Wars.
That was a thing that
That-
George
you know
Lucas
that
said.
that's jizz music in the Star Wars universe.
What was it? A fusion of jazz and
I forget what the other fusion part of it is. But point being is that George Lucas said that this is jizz music. So
Oh my
it's
god.
the world that we live in.
Well, you better play it in bed, man.
No. No.
Sin, Granny, you guys know what you have to do.
No.
obviously the Bith
only
musician
thing that
stays
they're-
in the room during sex.
The only thing that they're playing is Down with the Sickness.
I mean, okay,
Very, very true.
that is very true.
No, Rhodok, you can't touch bass. That's the issue.
But
Okay.
I wish my internet would load those faster.
I
I watched the movies earlier. They landed on an asteroid.
I mean, they did.
I mean, yeah, you can land on asteroids.
I mean, we did too.
I'm going to touch every single asteroid in that belt.
I would
wait.
That's what'll happen if you fly in without knowing which way to go. You'll touch all the asteroids.
Well, we'll send him out on his speeder. We'll send him out on his speeder.
Yeah, so you start getting closer. The astrogation chart says that you should be coming upon it now, but there's nothing here. There's rocks floating, like there's a circle of rocks floating out here. There's nothing else here.
Yo, Isari, you might want to come look.
What the hell? Where's Tatooine?
Are you sure you put in the coordinates right?
Of course I'm sure.
Is it in a different
Is there
spot in the
is there
orbit?
any chance to try to get the TV hilo whatever thing on to see if there's like a live show right now of the Tatooine show?
Yeah, absolutely. You can turn on the TV. You can flick through the channels. It seems that in the next 20 minutes there should be a new episode of Fresh Prince of Tatooine. So that wouldn't make sense to be happening if.
Yeah. See,
Why is Tatooine not
our,
here?
our show's going to be on in like 20 minutes, so clearly there should be a Tatooine.
Yeah, but there is no Tatooine.
I'm going to sit here and watch the entire episode of. Is there a previous episode before in those 20 minutes?
Yeah, there's a rerun of last week's episode.
Oola's literally going to sit there, wait until the credits pop up, and see where it's filmed in the credits.
Yeah, in the credits it says it's filmed on Tatooine
Okay.
by the Tatooine Film Board.
Made in Georgia. Okay. Okay, fine. I guess they controlled the FCC, so it wouldn't matter.
I guess perhaps we fly a bit closer. Yay.
Hold on, I'm gonna double check the astrogation coordinates.
Yeah, absolutely. Make me this is the knowledge check. I forget which one it's called. It's not Outer Worlds, it's the other one.
It wouldn't be Outer Rim?
Core.
Or sorry, no, it is Outer Rim. My apologies.
Okay.
Make me an Outer Rim check versus 2 purple as you start checking your maps.
Well, fuck.
So you start checking your maps and you keep looking. It's like they all say that Tatooine's here.
But
Like all these maps are here. Nothing seems out of place to you. That's a failure. That nothing seems out of place with it. Is like they're all just in the same. Is that your
I
Outer Rim
re-input.
check?
That was an astrogation check for me. I re-input tattoo,
Yeah, it's pointing right here.
and I guess the threat is that it's
It's stressing you out. You're like, what the? You put in it, and it's like you. It's like you put in the directions to Google Maps, and it's like you are here.
well, something awful.
let's fly closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fly closer. You see what looks to be some bigger chunks of rocks sort of floating around.
Oh look,
There's
there's
a bunch of not quite yet, at least. You can all make me a perception check against 2 purple though. See what you see as you fly around here. Eric, that is not a perception check.
Oh, that's my bad.
Did anything pop up?
It was
Negotiating with his eyes.
Right. If it makes you feel any better,
It's the same thing.
yeah, same dice.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay.
Oola, you already rolled your perception check.
Okay, because it didn't load on my end.
Yeah, don't worry. It loaded. Okay, so for results, Isari, you got 3 successes and 1 threat. Erik, you got 2 successes and 1 threat. Oola, you got 1 success and 2 threat. Rhodok, you got 2 advantages. Rhodok, you feel fine. You just like you're not gonna worry yourself about this. It's like you can't really see much out of the window. You're just gonna sit down. You're like relaxing. It's like, yeah, this is a good day. Not stressed out about much. You know, feels like a good day for you.
I have an idea, actually.
Of course, one moment. To answer the other people's perception checks, let's go in reverse order. Oola, you get stressed out when you see what looks like a building floating on a chunk of rock. You take 2 points of strain damage when you see like it's like wait a second.
God.
That's
Does
a
it
building.
look familiar to me of what the building is, like from the set?
Have you been here?
No, if it's
she's an avid
Tatooine's show.
watcher of you're an avid, but she is an avid watcher of Fresh Prince of Tatooine.
No. Oh
It's
no!
like
Yeah, sometimes in
it's like,
Oola's
wait a
private
second,
time, one of
that's
the dances that she does is the girl dance.
It's the
Of
Brady
course.
Bunch's house. It's the main house.
no,
for
it is a it does look to be like a cantina. You can't make it out clearly, but like this might be that cantina that's like the popular meeting place in the show.
Oh, okay.
So that stresses you out. It's like, wait a second, why is there a house floating on that rock? It's not like this is like it's a ported cantina like you would see in like Spaceballs or something, right? Where it's like, all right, there's this rock where there is a restaurant, right? This is not one of those things. That stresses you out a bit.
Now imagine if Isari saw the sand crawler. That'd be awful.
Erik, what you see with your 2 successes as you start flying forward, what looks to be like you can almost paint in your head what looks to be like a very clear you see like a bunch of different rocks that have started drifting apart that look like they also used to be connected, and you see what looks to be like a lawn for a house.
It's Tatooine a lot.
Yeah. There are parts of Tatooine that were more like taken care of. People can add stuff to their houses.
I mean,
Sun's still there?
There's still a sun. There was sand. People can grow things in sand. It was a cactus lawn.
No. I mean, are the 2 suns there for Tatooine?
Oh yeah, you can see the suns.
Or
Okay.
was that like an AstroTurf lawn? Because that's even more disturbing.
No, it's obviously where every blade of grass was instead a moisture evaporator.
And Isari, with your 3 successes, you get a point of strain when you look out and you see that's a rather familiar looking structure. It's as Fusion sort of took from me. It's a sandcrawler. No, it's fine. It'd be fucked up if you saw this. Hey, there it is. It's great. So yeah, you actually see in the distance what looks to be like a sandcrawler. Even more disturbing, you're pretty sure it's your sandcrawler.
Hey, Erik, fly us in.
Can't do.
Which is exactly what my advantages were going to go to as a boost die for him piloting.
Yeah, so if you'd like to pilot closer, Erik, you can do so. Would
this still be
a pilot. Yes, this would be. There's no more atmosphere here, so it's not planetary.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone knows why.
Also, while he does that, I'm gonna take Erik, not Erik, but Erik, the little remote droid, and I poke his eye so that he starts recording, and I just
Dude, start live streaming this thing on like Twitch.
Twitch.
That is very unfortunate.
I'm not live streaming to Twitch. It's just gonna record.
What am I?
All right, guys, we're gonna tout it out. That is another reference that is just for me. That's gonna be another piloting space.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a red and a purple because it's a bit rough terrain here.
I mean,
but you do have blue die. Congratulations.
Nice.
You are able to fly in close, pretty close, in fact, because you got those 3 successes. That advantage is just that you don't run into anything while you're on your way here. You're able to fly in real close up to this sandcrawler, and sorry, this is absolutely your sandcrawler. Like,
you want to investigate, buddy?
there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
chance
I do.
that maybe someone that had a sandcrawler that was similar, but this is like it's eerily similar.
How many tribes of Jawa were there on Tower?
A lot, but anyway. Yeah, so Isari's gonna put on a spacesuit.
Yeah. For narrative convenience, you all have a spacesuit.
Yes.
I mean, I imagine there are some.
I
For
bought a
narrative
vacuum sealed
convenience, you
attachment
all have
just for this.
It would make sense that there are some stored on the ship.
For narrative convenience, there is a specifically Jawa-sized spacesuit.
And then Oola can use a grappling hook to, kind of keep me in place as I go
She
over
can
to the
tether you to the
sandcrawler.
ship with it.
Yeah.
Are we going to make that just it happens, or do I need to make a check?
I mean, you don't need to make a check to wrap a grappling hook around him. If that's what
Oh,
you're
okay.
saying. So,
Okay.
sorry, explain to me. So, basically, what you're asking for, is that you are asking for this grappling hook to be wrapped around you, so
Just making
so that
sure.
Oola could pull the trigger to pull you back in if you get off balance, right?
Anybody,
am I
basically.
understanding correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm making sure I'm understanding what you're asking for here.
I keep my comlink in one hand and my hand on the cord just in case.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep maintaining the ship's steadiness and close in the atmosphere to this rover. While he does
You're
it.
able to you're able to keep it pretty close. Sorry, I'd like you to make a coordination check as you attempt to make this spacewalk. As you sort of you've gotta like push off, and you've got to keep yourself very still to make sure that you don't upset your current motion as you try to dodge around different various debris to get closer to the sandcrawler to board
what
it.
difficulty?
This is gonna be a red.
Okay. Oh, cool.
There you go. You're able to very safely with this attachment around your waist. You're able to very safely. You just have to like push off of that piece of rock, step on that piece of rock to push it downward, and then keep going on your way. And you are able to get onto the sandcrawler. You are currently hanging on the outside of it, but you can make your way to an entrance.
Knock, knock, knock.
There is no answer.
Okay, time to break in.
There's not like a lever you can use, or
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the door
that's
can
true,
be
yeah.
opened from the outside.
Okay, time to open the door.
Yeah. As you open the door, you can tell that the sandcrawler was already, at least this part of the sandcrawler was already what's the word I'm looking for here?
Pressurized?
Why do I want to say optimized? No, it's already been compromised.
Oh, okay.
So when you open it, there's no like, like how if you open like an airlock for something, it's like there's that moment of like, that isn't there. This was already compromised in some sort of way. So there's just, you walk from space into space.
All right, time to go throughout the ship.
Yeah.
And
as you get onto the sandcrawler, you are at the max limit of the grappling hook.
well, fuck.
you could tie it to the rover and then come back to it.
Yeah, I'll tie the grappling hook to the sandcrawler itself.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to tie it. You're able to tie it pretty tightly onto the door, so it is safely there for you to cross back with.
All right, now time to go through the sandcrawler.
Yeah. Would you like me to make a? Would you like to make me a perception check, please, against 2 purple as you start looking through the ship? All right. We're going to say that this So this isn't a failure. You aren't. It's not that you don't see anything, but it's that what you see is just you don't want to believe it at first. As you walk through, you see what looks to be Jawas floating in the air, clearly dead.
My brothers. No.
Various different parts of the ship are just entirely open. And that advantage is that that advantage is that there, like, it is very clear what has happened here to you. It does not stress you out. You're able to contain yourself pretty much. You have blue die on your next check that you make, but you're able to keep your center. You're not freaked out by this. You are just, fuck, why is this happening? Right? That is the first thing that goes through your head, not, oh God, all my brothers are dead.
Well, it's time to loot the corpses, I guess.
Oh
It's what they would
God.
have wanted.
Most of the corpses you're able to find. I don't want to say dog tags, but basically you're able to find people's identification on them while you are searching them. Make me another perception check as you walk through further, starting to frisk people, basically.
Is it frisking when they're dead?
Oh Lord, that's not good.
Yeah, you
With the boost.
Yeah, with the boost.
Ouch.
Roll the worst that you could on that purple. Shit. So yeah, you're not really able to see anything. Like you keep looking through this ship and like there's like this thing has been essentially emptied. What you think when you walk through this is that someone has already come here and looted this, is the impression that you get, because you've been on the sandcrawler. You know that you know where to look to see where things have been stockpiled, and this ship is effectively empty.
Alright, well, time to go back onto the main ship then.
There is still something that you need to see, though, as you walk through.
Oh, okay.
There is still something that you come across even with your failures, because I think it's more important that you see this than, oh, well, they failed the check. Guess they don't see it. So you keep walking through the sandcrawler as you're trying to find something, and you come to another door that opens up into the main area. Do you open it?
I knock.
As you knock, there's a moment of silence. Then you hear a knock back.
Oh my God, you found a survivor.
Hi?
Sorry?
Oh shit, which brother is it? They have distinct voices.
1 second. Let me
Or is it
make
the
sure I
mother?
say the right name. Let me make sure I say the name. Let me make sure I say the right name. It
You
is
got
not
Asabi,
it is not the
Isari,
mother.
Isari.
Mini, mini, mini.
Is it Asagi?
This is Isagi.
Isagi? Isagi, what are you...
Brother!
Brother!
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Brother, I need to... Where are we?
In space.
How?
It's a long story.
That we don't have all the answers to.
It seems that Tatooine's been blown up.
What? That...
What?
And you start thinking about this. It's like that. There was large light, and then we were told not to leave. Oh.
Isagi, my brother. You might be the only one left.
Yes. I'm the only one left in here. Yes.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go to my other ship, and I'm gonna get a spacesuit for you. Okay?
Okay, don't leave me, Isari.
I won't.
I think. Okay.
Alright, Isari's gonna...
This
Isari's
is
gonna go
deep.
grab a spacesuit from the ship.
Okay.
Another
For convenience,
convenient
I allow
thing
that
to
you are able to cross back because you have this rope tied, so you're able to very quickly cross back and get the spacesuit and cross back over.
Why don't you go with him?
I
So
have
you-
vacuum sealing on my armor, so what we can do is actually he can take his suit off, and we can just do like one. Well, I guess it would just be Isagi. We could, put Isagi in his suit and bring him back.
Yeah, okay.
I've also got some suction cups on my climbing gear that I'll use. And I'll just eschew the grappling cord. I'll just suck onto the crawler.
Make sure you tell him to hold on to something before you depressurize the cabin.
Yep. That will probably be me.
Yeah. Okay, so Rhodok and Isari, you are able to cross over back to the back. You are back at the cabin door. What do you do?
Okay. Isagi, you still there?
Yes, I'm here, brother.
Okay, I brought over one of my friends that helped me find you. We got a vacuum-sealed suit. I need you to hang on to something. Gonna depressurize the cabin.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on to something.
And then Isari will open the door.
Yeah.
I'm
so
ready to catch him if he flies out.
As you open the door, there's that as like air is just sucked out of this room at a vicious pace.
I want to know how long he's been in that room.
Alright, go, Rhodok. Go.
Yep,
Yeah.
I going.
Yeah, you are able to get him inside of the spacesuit. He starts.
I've plenty of practice shoving helmets on Jawas.
Yep. He starts pressurizing again, and the first thing that Isari and Rhodok see is it looks like there was a massacre of Jawas in here. Isagi is just like, "Thank you for saving me."
Isagi, what happened?
We ran out of food.
I understand, Isagi. Is your sword in there?
Yes, sword is on him. He has his sword. It's like, yes, I have my sword.
Okay, good. Then come on, let's get you back onto our ship.
We ate everything we could before.
Including the planet?
Oh my god, there's the blonde.
Turn off comms.
Ignore her.
Twi'lek could be blonde.
We ate everything we could before we went to. I wish I knew that you were coming. We couldn't escape.
It's been a long time coming, Isagi. Look, we'll exchange stories back on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on to my bag.
Did you see our brother, our mother?
I got their dog tags, Isagi.
Oh. Okay.
Jawas are canines?
They have identification
Dumb
tags.
one here.
Oh my god.
Hollow
contagious.
tag.
Have a blonde moment too.
It's a hollow tag.
I will be right back. 1 second.
You can only handle so much punnery.
Well, Isagi, the narrator, left, so I guess we're just here in space now.
Well,
Do you guys think we should search for other survivors?
There's not a whole
I
lot of
think we
ground to
should
cover.
tow it with us. I know it's a Silhouette 4 vehicle, which is the same as our ship, but...
I don't think that the grappling hook is strong enough.
No,
I assume
don't
we
think
have
it
towing
would.
equipment.
There's a winch on the front of the ship.
I thought we were like a prototype fighter, so I don't think we'd have towing equipment.
You do not have proper towing equipment to try and pull something the same size as you, especially with all the current dead weight on it.
Probably wouldn't come with us at
the
light
current
speed either.
Aren't
What's
dead weight,
currently
really.
dead weight?
What?
Us? We're dead weight.
Oh no, I meant on the sandcrawler that you'd be pulling.
Yeah, literal dead
Oh.
weight.
Yeah.
And let's be real, is
I got it.
Crawler worth it at this point? Like, I know what it means a lot to is,
No,
but
no.
It's always worth it to have a sandcrawler. What are you talking about?
it's been destroyed. It's filled with holes and it's not functional.
No, no.
But it's the coolest vehicle.
We're gonna just rescue Isagi, get back onto the main ship, and then depart.
You don't want to part it at all? Like, it is your sand.
Nah.
Okay. Well, he has the final say.
So yeah, as Isagi, and Rhodok are starting to go back through the sandcrawler to get back to the entrance, you see a blip on your device, Erik. You see that it seems like there are ships approaching. And you have a thing coming on your inner comms. It seems like there is someone trying to hail your ship.
To hail it? Oh no. Oola.
Yeah?
I need you in the gunner's seat.
Okay. What am I shooting?
Okay. And then... And how fast are these things moving?
They're moving at a pretty fast clip.
Okay. What do I need to roll to move the ship even closer to the sandcrawler to get them in the ship immediately, like that they can just step in?
You would need to roll another piloting. You need to roll another piloting check against the red and the purple.
Can I use a light side point, guys?
You are absolutely allowed to. Please give me more dark side points.
I'm asking for permission from the party since it's our collective.
Yes, I'm a member of the party too.
Aww.
Are you not actively working against us right
No. The DM
I'm
is
here
not,
telling the story with you.
The DM is not the party.
So, do we all agree that I can use a light side point?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rhodok?
Never. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's still 2 against 1, so that's fine.
That gives me a blue cube, right?
It upgrades your dice. So you see in your dice pool feature up above,
Yes.
click up on the upgrade button before you press to do the thing.
Wait, no, I don't see that. Okay.
It's under the black, purple, and red section. Or no,
on the other
you're
side,
right.
other
You're right.
side.
Other side. Sorry. What does the one
Are
in the
you
center do?
fucking kidding me?
You are not able to get closer. You try to adjust the ship, and as you adjust the ship, something hits the sandcrawler, and it basically you stay at parity.
But you made a better angle for me for whatever I need to shoot at.
Yeah, that is true. She gets a blue dice on what she does next.
Oh, let's
Hey,
just
Oola,
go.
only open fire if we are shot at.
Let's just make our way back to the ship as soon as possible. Let's go.
I'm going to put on the comm link. Rhodok said it's only for emergency. Hey, I need you guys to get it in here now. We've got enemies on their way here.
Okay, both of you get on my back.
Or I guess if Rhodok, make me an athletics check versus a red and a purple.
Wow.
Whoa! Triumph and despair. Okay.
And no successes.
Because, oh my god.
The triumph would have been a success, but it also had a despair. So.
Well, it was a success. So something extremely good happens and something extremely bad happens. Would you like to assist in describing what something extremely good or extremely bad could be that's happening? Or would you like me to take the wheels?
I receive a critical injury from the despair.
Okay.
The advantages go towards the next roll to hopefully use the grappling hook to hook onto the ship.
The grappling
can
hook
take
is
care of
already
the
hooked
Triumph.
onto the ship. The grappling hook is already hooked onto the ship. It is connected to the sandcrawler and the ship right now.
Yeah, you guys are
Oh, okay.
wired in, so
You just
I
have
was
to
just-
get to it to connect to crawl back, basically.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's basically like you're doing like like you're walking it or holding onto it and climbing along it at this point for that.
Right.
So you receive a critical injury. We'll say that you have cracked your ankle,
Okay.
and let's say that the triumph is that even though you cracked your ankle because you tripped on a wire and just like you were able to fling yourself forward, that when the sandcrawler gets rocked by being shot by TIE fighters, you are still able to get to the door that you need to get out of.
and they've
Ooh.
opened fire, so Oola.
Well, they open fire on the sandcrawler.
We are hooked up
Semantics.
to the sandcrawler.
Take that as you will.
Hey,
Don't open
Well,
fire on them yet.
that was a roller coaster of a roll.
That's your okay to. Oh,
Let's just hop. Let's just crawl back on the grappling hook.
Yeah, so you guys are crawling back on the grappling hook now. We're going to say that takes 2 rounds of actions to happen, so that means that Oola and Erik, you both have 2 rounds to do things if you would like to try and do things to see what happens. That also means that our good friends with on the TIE fighters get time to do things as well. If that's what they're doing.
I mean, they shot the sandcrawler.
And then Oola, if you wish to attack the TIE fighters, you have 2 purple dice, or sorry, two blue dice now, and you are at medium range from the ships, so it would be 2 purple versus 2 purple as a gunnery check.
Okay. Do I shoot or don't I shoot, guys? I know Erik says yes. Isari says no.
There is still a ping on Erik's intercoms being hailed. He has not answered it yet.
Okay, I will answer it.
Okay, so you answer the intercom, and it seems to be an Imperial stormtrooper is like, unmarked ship, leave now. You are not authorized to be in this area.
Yes, okay, we will leave.
Leave now, unattached from the sandcrawler.
We're working on that. We will leave us.
Unattached from the sandcrawler now.
Okay. Okay. Oola, you need to break the grappling hook, and I need to get the.
And cut out. All I heard was break grappling hook.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
The ship, so...
But I just got it.
No, not
So are you
literally
guys
break
on
it.
the
We're
ship?
gonna
Retract it, not break.
retract.
Are you
No,
guys on the ship?
They are crawling to the ship now. They're in space between the sandcrawler and the ship.
Are they tied to the grappling hook at all, or are they just trying to
They are
hold on?
currently holding on to the grappling hook to make this trip back to
Are
the
they
ship.
far enough on the rope itself that I could try to shoot off the connection to the stand crawler?
No, we're not. I untied it.
Okay, so you're not connected to the sandcrawler
Well,
anymore.
they're not.
No connection to the
retract it.
sandcrawler.
Okay.
Yeah, go and retract it.
Okay, so I will retract the grappling hook then.
Okay, you're able to start retracting the grappling hook. It takes some time, especially with the added weight on it.
Okay, I'm going to
on the intercom. On the intercom, still, it's like, please leave from this restricted area.
Yeah, I've already started driving away as to they've been secured.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will say that because Oola went and started retracting the grappling hook, and Sorry remembered to unhook it. You guys are able to get onto the ship, and you were able to close the ship, repressurize, all that good stuff, and you are able to start leaving the area.
I don't think they wanted us to see this.
What makes you think that?
Well, they started opening fire on us and then told us to leave.
That was
I
a
didn't
warning.
notice.
That was a warning shot, you idiot.
It was still a shot.
You are shit at espionage.
We weren't trying to hide.
Yes, but you do not give a reason for someone to fire on you. They were firing in our direction, but not on us. It's like
Just be glad that it wasn't Isari that answered the phone. Otherwise, it would have been like, "What the hell is the cleaner doing here?"
the cleaner?
That could have actually worked in our advantage.
Potentially. So, you all are on the ship. You are now with, while Isari looks, unique enough for a Jawa, Jawas all still look very similar, but there's a very key difference between these two, as Isagi is thin.
Yeah,
Isagi
we're definitely
is
giving him some Vader
super thin.
And slightly taller, right? You're the run of the family?
Isagi is basically the Greek god of us Jawas.
Ah.
Yeah, and now he is razor thin, but he is he is in fact a bit taller than Isari.
Oola will go and grab one of the special Vader roses.
Okay. As soon as he is handed the box, he just you do not see him stop to breathe. He is just eating.
Does he eat through the cardboard and everything?
He opens the box and starts pouring them into his mouth.
Yeah, why wait for the milk,
There goes our future fortune.
Alright, well, you know what?
There were other boxes. It's fine. And it's a big family reunion. It's a special occasion.
Not a very big one.
Yeah, sorry, didn't you say you had 5 siblings?
Oola, I'm gonna enter the coordinates for a planet, and we're getting out of here. Let's go to Coruscant.
To Coruscant? Why Coruscant?
I mean, where else would we go? Back to Balasar?
I mean, there was always that one planet that Trimo said I was never allowed to go to.
Then why would we especially want to go there?
I think we learned today not to delve our nose in too deep for now.
Yeah.
And to make the scene end perfectly, there is the start of the theme song to Fresh Prince of Tatooine starts playing in the background because the TV was never turned off.
Aw, we've got our own Fresh Prince tattoo.
Difficulty to go to Coruscant?
1 purple. It's a very clear shot from here, and there's not too much in the way, so it's just, you're going through the motions at this point.
So wait, how is the show happening, but there's nothing happening on the planet right now?
Oh my god. And I want to teach you how to fly.
This week's sponsor is Vaderos.
Anyway, okay, let's just find a landing pad.
Yeah, if Erik would like to make a piloting check for 1 purple, please.
For 1 purple?
Yes, please.
Wrong page. I opened up my my character page.
Perfect.
Just a clean flight, no interrupt. Would be the
Yep.
successes. My hope for the successes.
Yeah, you're able to very safely fly. It takes a few days, but nothing happens this time as all of you are just
In
very quiet. It's like,
we saw some shit today, and we. And to think your mom works for.
yeah. There you go.
Guess everybody's assholes. The rebels, the Imperials. Better off without them both.
Destroy both sides. I understand. Become the third army.
Become the third army.
I mean, weren't they already kind of doing that at one point?
Was that a thing?
Well, you had both sides both fighting each other with one person at the helm.
What?
Wait a second, isn't that the plot of Radiant Dawn?
Okay, I was referring to how the senator was, having them fight each other,
No,
but
yeah,
okay.
Are we about to radio
No,
down, bitch?
No. We
God,
are not
we
gonna
still
dump.
kill the sheriff.
We're not gonna dump oil over the rebels. But yeah, no, you are correct. Both sides were being controlled by the same person, essentially.
Yeah.
Uh,
Both sides are assholes.
so yeah, you're able to very safely get to Coruscant on this very quiet trip, and Asagi has eaten through pretty much half of the current supply of Vaderos.
I only give him a box.
He found the other ones.
God damn it. Well, that means I'm going to have to press the
The
button.
real question is, has he gained any weight?
No.
Like, when are we going to get our fat Jawa?
He's not going to be fat. He's going to be muscular.
Not if he keeps eating Vaderos. And only Vaderos.
It's all the food we have at the moment. I was hoping to go to Dexter's Diner.
That'd be nice.
I'm taking an order right now.
Is Dexter alive? Dude, can you DoorDash?
DoorDash Dexter's Diner.
DoorDash Dexter's Diner to a movie.
Do it.
I mean, supposedly if I press this button, I can get Vaderos delivered to us, so why not be able to DoorDash?
He needs nutrition, not sugar.
But it's part of a balanced breakfast.
Joker, can we DoorDash Dexter's Diner to us?
Okay, explain this Dexter's Diner to me so I understand what I'm missing.
It was the diner in episode 2 that Obi-Wan went to with the
It's been a while since I've watched episode 2.
It's the hub for Lego
It's understandable.
I just watched episode 2 and I didn't realize it was called that.
The last time I played Lego Star Wars, I was 9.
It's the hub for Lego 1 particularly, not
Fun fact, did you guys see the new Lego Star Wars coming out? It actually looks like it's gonna be neat. I'm curious about it. I am ostensibly watching it. I actually didn't. Is it being produced by the assholes or by good people?
I mean, I want it, but then Disney's touching it, so the entire sequel trilogy exists in it, and then we have to talk about the fact that they've already planned 6 DLC. Day 1 that are each the size of an episode.
In other words, it's assholes running it.
Sure. So here's the thing: when it comes to Disney making games, they actually haven't made all I can think of when it comes if I try to judge Disney on making a game, all I can think of is Epic Mickey, and that series was great.
Epic Mickey was good. That's not my problem. My problem is episode 7, 8, and 9 exists.
Sure.
I mean, you could just stop playing at episode 6.
That's what you and I talked about.
But yes, you can DoorDash in you can there's a skip to dishes service. It's run by primarily by Gungans.
I am half obliged to kill them as soon as they come to the door.
Stop. Damn.
Misa has your order.
Oh God.
All of the blasters go off. All of them.
Yes, the trigger word for the guns is Misa.
Literal trigger word in this case.
Make sure to leave a 5-star review for Misa.
If you get rid of your accent, I'll leave you a 5-star review and I'll give you like a 50 credit tip.
He stops talking and just hands you the food.
He doesn't even know how to like ease up on the accent.
Isari will give him 5 stars and a 50 credit tip.
Isari's a man of his word, Illy.
And he's like, "This is perfect. This is like great." This guy, you got a 5-star review and a 50 credit tip.
He did.
For not talking.
He got rid of the accent, and that's all I asked for.
It's decent food. This is like that's just the best way to say it. Like, this is decent food.
And obviously,
Here
if
is an additional 25 credit tip if you talk twice as much to the next customer.
Oh God. Wouldn't it be weird? It's like anything that you were about to say to us, say to the next customer, and then your spiel to the next customer. Thank you for your tipsa. So it's like, Misa thanks you for your tipsa. And they're like, I didn't give you a tip yet. No, but the other person did, but they said to stop talking and talk to you now.
It's a cruel cycle.
And obviously, we ordered Isagi a lot of food.
How much money did we spend?
75 credits before the purchase itself.
An unobscured amount of money that's not worth tracking because this is for an RPC.
Okay. Awesome.
This is... You have landed and you are restocking the ship, and this can be tied into that pretty easily and not be worried about.
Okay.
Yay.
So you watch a Jawa eat 5 burgers in 5 seconds.
Has he gained any weight yet?
That's not how that works.
Has to digest it, you fool.
I know. I'm just imagining like this guy's.
He's getting a food baby right now. He's not fat yet, but he has a food baby from eating so much.
I'm just
This
waiting
is
for him to
Fable: The
become
Lost
our
Chapter.
Okay.
This is not too oversaturated.
I mean, I was talking about fine.
Oh, is that the one where he grabs donuts instead of rings?
It's the one where he grabs onion rings.
Oh, onion rings.
What are you
instead.
talking about?
That's
It's
a
a
thing
ROM
that
hack,
exists.
yeah.
We
Oh,
watch way
ROM
too
hack.
much Awful Block.
No, I'm imagining a Jawa that looks like a.
Oh
fat
yeah, that reminds
girl, and
Sonic
it
the
sounds
Jawa.
hilarious.
No.
No, there's this Sonic ROM hack where all the rings are replaced with onion rings. And the more rings you get, the fatter Sonic gets.
Oh yes, that's... Well, welcome to somebody's kink.
And
Oh,
the only...
fuck off.
the only way to get, like, shed the weight is to run and jump.
That
But
sounds awful.
if you eat too many in a row, though, Sonic just dies of a heart attack.
That's kind of funny. That's actually pretty.
Perfect.
Sonic just dies of a heart attack. Let's go.
Did you find a picture of a fat Jawa? Why am I asking? It's the internet.
Don't.
Just Googled it, okay?
Nothing can go well.
I almost fell out of my chair.
Well,
Told you that's real fear.
the world failed to take out Fusion for us, so...
Aw.
I'm... Comedy.
I knew I didn't pay it enough.
Ow.
We have the same mind, damn it. Like, I knew I should have slipped it 100.
Look, if
We
you
need
only
to get
slip it
GTA
5,
loaded. GTA, hire a mugger.
You think I slipped it a 5? That's very generous. It's like a quarter.
Anyways.
You guys are brutal.
anyways,
No,
You
I
all
wasn't
eat
saying
your-
your death is worth a quarter, but go on. I'm saying I'm cheap. It's on me. It's not you. I'm the problem.
I'm not
Yes.
saying you're brutal.
Reminder that brutalist
I know.
architecture costs more than a quarter. Anyway, so yeah, you all eat your meal. You're able to take this moment to rest and reflect, and it hits all of you that, oh god, Tatooine's gone, and people are lying about it.
We live in a fucked world.
Well, Rhodok does have that footage.
He
Yeah,
recorded
there
it
is
all. Yeah.
He recorded
there
that
is
entire thing.
footage of the sandcrawler and of it being shot at. And since it was in the cockpit with Erik, there is recording of the stormtrooper talking to Erik. And of Erik saying to blast it out of the sky.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, you little shit. Why?
Look, I am a loving genie.
Who?
I'm not talking
Genie.
about you. I'm talking about Erik.
Oh yeah, I'm a genie.
You're not a genie. You don't make wishes.
I
No,
told you
no,
exactly what you wanted to hear and more.
That's not a wish.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Continue.
Man, I want a refund on our discount genie.
No. Did you say spend a dark side point for you to suffer a critical injury immediately? No. Continue, please.
That sounds like abuse of power.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's DM. He could do that.
Anyhow, please,
Yeah, but only shit
please,
is-
sorry. Please, sorry. Continue your conversation of listen here, you little shit, and where that goes.
Okay, sorry, he's gonna. I mean, I said that out of character, but
No, it's fine. I thought you were actually trying to...
no. But yeah, no, we do have that footage that we can, upload to the internet,
We could.
the HoloNet.
I don't think
So-
it would help us a lot though. It'd put a bigger target on our backs.
So, speaking of internet, do you take a moment to look up Tatooine on the internet to see what shows up?
Yeah, but
Sure.
I'm gonna use Hoth VPN.
Okay. Use Hoth VPN, and Hoth VPN tells you that it is filtering out a bunch of results based on your preferences. There doesn't seem to be a way to disable it.
Let's dive a little deeper.
Okay.
Oola uses a comm link that doesn't have any filters or ad blocks on it at all.
Okay. You attempt to
Well,
search.
datapad then.
Yeah, you attempt to search Tatooine, and it redirects you to Fresh Prince, the Fresh Prince of Tatooine website.
There's also an ad here for publishers clearing that I'm already a winner.
Yeah.
Listen, that's just a big scam, Oola.
But it says I'm already a winner for the publishers clearing ships.
Yeah, listen, that's just a scam. They require you to spend enough credits to even enter.
Fine. Well, it does mention the Fresh Prince thing, though.
Obviously, it's shot on some other desert planet.
Is there an onion?
As in a fake website, as in a fake news website, or as in Onions the food.
As in the fake news website, but maybe it's how do I want to describe it? It's like the tabloids where most people accept it as being fake news, but the people in the
Okay,
know believe that it's real.
Gotcha. You want conspiracy theory websites?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So you take a moment to search and you find what seems to be, it's called Conspiracies Unlimited. The thing that you note about this is that it says on its site that it has 5 different website mirrors, and this is the 7th edition of this website, as in it has been shut down multiple times. No, unfortunately not.
Hey.
Something that catches your eye is that there's actually an article from an Igor.
Is Rhodok looking at it yet?
Oh, he browses the daily.
Oh. Rhodok is probably rubbing his cracked ankle.
Oh.
Yeah, Rhodok, you still you fashion some crutches to let it heal.
Medicine check.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
Medicine check for a critical injury is a red, I think.
It depends
That
on
was
the
over several
severity.
It
days.
depends on the thingy. Cracked ankle sounds like crippled, which would be a hard.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
go
hard.
with 2 red.
Hard would be 2 purple.
I mean,
or 3
I
purple.
could try to do it with my boost.
Or not. No.
You know, all right. You know what? All right, sure. Let's go with 3 purple. Do it.
Oops. How the
Show
hell?
me.
Hold on. Let me alter the die pool.
You know how to deal with legs now.
Holy fuck.
You're not doing it right. Give it to me.
Sorry, you real.
Oh my god, they're fighting!
Why do you have
Okay,
2
Oola,
boosts?
Where's my legs?
we can keep we
My
will
legs.
keep that check, but that happens in a week. You cannot. Once you fail a check, you have to wait a week before you can try again.
She didn't. That was her first roll.
Well, no,
No, because Isari made the check first.
on an injury. Once a check is failed on an injury, you have to wait a week to try again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, to make that clear, when it comes to injuries and healing them, there is a time time frame basically.
So you're gonna be crippled for a week.
But Oola has the right pointers to make it happen. Sorry, you realize that when you try to do this, that your hands are just shaking. You are not your normal cool self. You are just shaking in anger.
You're a mess.
You think back on all the times that he's, punted you and put helmets on your head and everything else. So you're
I mean, so more so what happens is that you try to go into your happy place, which is what you do when you try to focus on things like this, and you think about your family and realize that most of your family is dead, and it's like, oh,
That wrong ankle. You're cutting into the wrong ankle. Ow! Ow!
Reminds me of that scene from Scary Movie 4.
a bitch. You mean the opening scene of Scary Movie 4 where Shaquille and Dr. Phil? Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I know that scene.
All right.
Out of everyone, that's surprising. I know that one.
That's the wrong ankle.
Yeah, listen.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Rhodok, there's an article here.
Huh?
I know
Yeah,
you're in
after-
pain, so I brought you
what
a
article?
data pad, and there's an article here.
Igor.
the
Does the last name match
the-
up? Is there a
Yep,
last
I-
name?
There is a letter that is the start of the last name, but it is the same. It is the same first initial.
What's this on about?
The article says basically what it says is the Imperials are lying to you. Don't eat Vaderos. Basically, sorry, my apologies. Basically, what the article is saying is that Vaderos should like basically what it's going into is that Vaderos are a dangerous product to continue consumption of, because the more you consume it, the more that you become basically the easier it is for Imperials to try and mind control you, is what it says.
Oh my god, that explains Oola now.
The fact that she has no
Usagi.
mind to control.
Exactly.
Get Isagi over here.
Isagi, come with us.
I've Vaderos since I was a little girl. I never had a problem.
As soon as Isagi is within earshot, I say activation code alpha.
It doesn't work.
Okay. Whew.
What?
Huh? Just checking. Never mind. You can go back to eating.
Oh, okay.
Just not the
He
Vader.
pull- he grabs his second shake and goes back to sit down.
Well, that doesn't have a lot of strong evidence.
What doesn't have a lot of strong evidence?
This article written by that Igor fella I mentioned earlier said that Vaderos would make you more susceptible to mind control. Which
Didn't
could be true, but at least now I know it doesn't automatically program the mind control.
didn't that rebel captain also say not to eat the Vaderos?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's time we dump the cargo.
Speaking of Vaderos, since Oola pressed the button to get more Vaderos arrive.
When did she push the button?
A while ago.
I thought she was just talking about doing it. And then
No, she did.
We wanted to DoorDash it instead.
No,
Point
I
being-
pressed it because Asagi ate like half my inventory already.
Well, sounds like we're dumping.
The disturbing part for Oola, by the way, is that no pieces were returned to you, so Usagi just crunched through them.
Waiting for that return.
Keep that Vader figure locked up.
Let's disassemble it.
No, it's more valuable as one piece.
Okay, then sell it.
I might sell it
I look up
on Space Bay.
Yeah, I was about to look on Space Bay for prices.
Make me I want to make you roll. No, not a dumb luck check. There would be a
Negotiation, maybe, because you're trying to sell it?
yeah. You know what? Make me there. Give me a second. I want to make sure
Or skullduggery.
I.
There's really no appraisal checks, as far as I'm aware.
Negotiation
make-
would be it, but it's kind of different online.
Make me a negotiation check on the axis that you are basically what you're doing is that the negotiation is that you are watching to see what prices are selling for these Vader statues and make sure that you undercut the right person and actually get paid what you're worth
Gotcha.
for it. So
Difficult.
there's a large
Difficulty?
make it versus 3 purple.
Go my 1 green die.
Yeah, let me do that.
Rhodok, you look at it, it's like, yeah, it might sell for 5 credits.
Yeah, like 5, 10.
Oola, you look.
Rhodok,
you
you're
look
looking at the
it,
wrong ones. Those ones are still missing some pieces. This one's complete set, and that's how much it goes for.
Yeah, and you see that it's going for about. The highest that's selling is about 8,000 credits.
Oh boy.
I'll say I got stressed out with my big thumbs on the tiny screen.
I'm not entirely sure where my strain came from, but I'll just give myself a strain.
You just
Watching
get
me try to
stressed out
fumble
by
with
seeing
technology.
how
Probably
many
you
people
watching
are...
you fumble it, yeah. Thinking, oh
Yeah.
shit, I've been acting so impressive, $25. Then I look again, it's like, oh wait, no. The one you're looking at was $5, but I still had that strain.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you get stressed out by it, but you're able to find a buyer.
I'm waiting for the plot twist to be they start stocking gold parts.
Oh, of course. What the Vader Rose boxes had red Darth Vader pizzas.
Obviously, if you
Oh,
assemble
God.
all the golden pieces, you win a factory trip to the Vaderos factory.
And yet, somehow the boxes with the gold pieces are significantly heavier than the other ones, but no one ever bothers to try to weigh them.
They're gold-plated, not actual gold.
And no one said.
Still slightly different in weight.
And you act like people are smart.
What's that supposed to mean?
Humans.
I'm smart.
No one's smart.
Uh-oh.
When we go to the factory, do we meet Vader Rose Mackenzie? We meet Wham Wham Wazzle?
Well, no, you get to meet Darth Vader himself.
If you're lucky, you get force choked too.
Some people are into that. Be careful.
Yeah,
It's like this.
that's all you have to say is when he starts force choking you, just say harder, daddy.
God.
That's the secret. He's into it too.
That's the start of a beautiful relationship.
So if I were to post it on the site, I mean, I'll say that I've posted it online for 7 days, but I'm going to start it at 5,000 credits.
Okay. Yeah,
Giving it
that's,
enough time to boost up to the 8,000.
So, guys,
If it does.
just have had a thought for a beautiful business relationship. We import the Vaderos to our ship whenever we run low. Open them up, just take the pieces out, and then eject the cereal out into space. And sell these complete sets.
I see.
You're thinking too small. Instead of ejecting them, if it is true that they aid in mind control, I could actually use the cereal as a base ingredient for a mind control drug.
Sorry, is fucking diabolical. I love it.
Alright, so Isari is gonna harvest the spice from within the Vader Rose. I understand.
Yes, he's going to harvest the mind control agent.
Hmm. Interesting.
So we'll be making a profit, brainwashing people to buy from us more, and then make more profit.
You're thinking too small.
You're going to become plankton and make your own chum bucket using the ingredients you've discovered out of the Krabby Patty.
No, you're still thinking too small.
Is SpongeBob canon in this universe?
Obviously,
Sure.
I give the Emperor
Well,
a special
now,
box of
now that
Vader
Synashi
Rose.
said obviously, then yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he's referring to, though. He was just saying, obviously, we do this instead.
Fusion.
It's a joke.
Take a joke.
Oh, I thought you were taking him seriously.
I mean, I was serious when I was saying that I'm going to make a mind control drug.
Yeah, he was serious when there was a lot of stuff going on that was seriously said.
Okay.
So he's like, oh yes, we've got to get them. We've got to get the people that know what Vader Rose is about to eat more Vader Rose. Understood.
All the while, we're making a pretty penny for selling figures.
I will let you know that it is in fact dangerous to sell Vader Rose on Space Bay, or sell the Vader figurines on Space Bay, as while it is not technically illegal, it is technically selling a marked product as secondhand.
Oh.
So if you do it too much, it could become an issue.
Just use Huff VPN, obviously.
Yeah, or when in doubt, there's Andor's list.
All right, session's done. No, I'm not meriting that one with a response.